Pelicans, we realized that we forgot to, or we may have forgot to demonstrate how to actually export the HEC RAS geometry out of ORD. So we just wanted to do a quick demo of the steps to do that. You can check back on the other videos for drawing in some of the flow paths and bank lines, as well as drawing in the main thing is the channel baseline. So that if you're doing it in ORD, you draw that from downstream to upstream, and you use, which is opposite how you would do it in RASMAPPER. So take note of that. But you would draw that in using your geometry and what did we do? I forgot which element we did, but that should be on the other video. I think we're drawing in online using other complex by PI. You just draw in your streamline like that. That's the only one that needs to be a special alignment. The others are just normal lines using these tools on the right. I like to give them a level so that it's easy to tell what is what. To actually build your HEC RAS geometry, once you have all that in there, I'm going to make sure my terrain is turned on. Go, and then I'm going to go to the terrain, hydraulic, create HEC RAS data. So it asks for all the section lines. This doesn't look familiar to Lise? Can we not do this? Okay. We're going to select all the cross sections we have. And reset to complete. So the right click, select terrain. I'm going to click on this, select reference line. So that's the stream center line. I'm going to click on this one. And then it just goes basically left to right. So it says select left over bank, click, left bank, click, right bank, click, right over bank, click. And then it asks where I want to save this. I'm going to give it the name. That creates this geo file. So this here, now I'm going to export it somewhere local so that HEC RAS can use it. And let's put it under some 5.0.7. Then within HEC RAS, a new project.
New. So you can't bring in information for an existing project?
You can, but so when you see, you have to have a project for it to start. You could, if you had a project, you could go here And then you open up your geometric data, go to import, file, import geometric data, GIS format. Then we're going to find the file we did right here. So if you were doing select US customary, next, we're doing new. So if you were going over existing data, you would have the option to not do the streamlines. You would have the option to unselect some of the cross sections if you were just trying to add a few. But here we're trying to do basically everything from scratch. Then I would go finish importing, and it's got my model started. The main exam values would still be empty, but it would calculate your reach lengths based on the flow paths that you have drawn in. It would put your bank stations in where you've got the bank lines. It would just do a good starting point. So with what you're trying to do, at least what I'm thinking, you may have some issues with the translation being RASMAPPER is all in grid, and maybe some of the terrain and stuff is in surface. So I would try to get your cross sections into where the same coordinate system as your terrain. And then I would just build the model in GeoPack using the terrain. But then I would just take the data out since it's not spatially adjusted the same way RASMAPPER is. Take this data and manually copy it into a spreadsheet and copy it into your model. That way you don't lose the location of things. You're trying to override. We built her model using RASMAPPER. We're trying to replace some of the cross sections, portions of some of the cross sections with survey. So that's what I would recommend for that. But that's how easy it is to build it in ORD once you have all this stuff laid out. That's all we got. We'll see you on the next video.